So I'm still out here on the playground, so that's why you hear a little bit of noise. It's just the cars coming back and forth, but it feels so good to be outside. Our number talk today is kind of a new idea from, it's different than making tens, but you're still gonna use your understanding of tens to be successful at this, okay? But what we're gonna do this week is we're gonna work on solving problems mentally by making landmark numbers. And you might know landmark numbers as being friendly numbers. And so landmark numbers or friendly numbers are just numbers that end in a zero or have a zero in the ones place. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And when we get numbers that end in zero or numbers that are multiples of tens, those are just easier for our brain to work with. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a series of problems that you're going to try to make a landmark or friendly number to solve the problem, okay? I'll show you what I mean. Get ready for your first problem. All right, your first problem is 19 plus 2. 19 plus 2. Now, I know that you can count up, but I want you to work on solving that problem, and then I'll talk to you about strategy. So I'm gonna give you some private think time, and then we'll come back together to solve 19 plus 2. All right, so we know with addition, we can rearrange those numbers however we want them. So what I did was I said, okay, I can decompose this 2 into a 1 and a 1, and then I can make this a friendly problem. So rather than the problem now being 19 plus 2, I'm gonna give one of those ones to the 19 and make a new problem. And I'm gonna make the problem 20 plus 1. 20 plus 1, and that gives me 21. Now, I know some of you probably solved the problem by counting on. So you said, okay, I have 19, and I'm just gonna count on and say 20, 21. And that would certainly work in this problem. But of course, I'm starting small, and I want you to learn the strategy. So what I did was I took 19, which is 1 away from a friendly number, and I changed it to a friendly number. All right, your second problem I want you to work on is 19 plus 5. 19 plus 5. Go ahead and solve that mentally, and I'll be back in just a second. One strategy you could use is certainly to count up. That means that I hold 19 in my head and count on from 19, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we could say 19 plus 5 by counting on is 24. But the strategy that I'm trying to teach you that will help you when we work with larger numbers is to make a landmark number. So what I see is that this is 1 away from a landmark number. So I'm going to decompose the 5 into a 1 and a 4. And I'm going to give that 1 to the 19. And I'm going to say, now I see 20 plus 4. And that gives me 24. Your next problem to solve is 19 plus 8. 19 plus 8. Numbers get larger, this idea of making a landmark number becomes a little bit more handy to know how to do. So I have 19 plus 8, and of course I can count on and say 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and our answer is 27. But when you see a number that is so close to a landmark number like 19, let's make it a friendly number, okay? So I'm going to change that 19 and I want it to be a 20 because I can work with 20 really easily. So I'm going to decompose that 8 into a 1 and a 7. Now we know that 1 plus 7 is still 8, so we're not taking any numbers away. We're just using them differently. So I'm going to give that 1 to the 19 and make that a 20 plus 7, and that gives me 27. Okay? And you'll get the hang of it. Remember, this is just practicing so that we can solve problems in our heads as well. So I know this is the first day that we've introduced this, but you're gonna get the hang of it. We're gonna do one more. Today I have 4 problems for you. All right, this one's a bit more of a challenge because now we're doing a 2-digit plus 2-digit, but I really do want you to think about this for a minute and try your best to solve it mentally. 19 plus 12. 19 plus 12. A little bit more of a challenge, wasn't it? But I'm still going to work with the idea of a landmark number so that I can add numbers quickly and easily in my head. So I'm still saying that 19 is very close to 20. So I want to take 1 from this 12 so that I can make it a landmark number. So this time I'm going to have to decompose the 12 into a 1 and an 11, okay? A 1 and an 11. And that's going to give me the new problem of 20 plus 11. 20 plus 11. And I know that 20 plus 10 is 30, plus 1 more. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 1 more is 31. And boys and girls, remember, I'm just writing down for you what you might do in your head, okay? So these strategies may seem complicated when they're written down, but whenever we are doing those things in our head, I'm just trying to show you on paper what I want you to be doing in your head and being able to manipulate numbers so that they're easier for you to work with. And so when you get to large numbers, you have no problem calculating those either, okay? Hang in there, we'll do it every day, and let me know if you have any questions, okay? And always, if you need to Zoom with me one-on-one to talk about that, I am available. Just send me an email. Bye. All right, boys and girls, one thing I need for you to be sure to do when you complete your math assignments is to go back to your assignments in Google Classroom and click Turn In, okay? Be sure you're clicking Turn In. On Friday, what you're gonna do with Number Talks is you're gonna create a flip grid. And you guys are gonna talk me through your Number Talks assignment. So we're gonna practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday you're gonna show what you know on a flip grid. So I'm super proud of y'all, and be sure and go click Turn In when you've completed all of your math assignments.